Basically in the last year, which was in 4th year, I spent around 6 to 7 months to just complete one subject, which was surgery. And I have made 2-3 videos about how I ended up completing surgery also. But in the last 3-4 months, when I was in 5th year, I was just studying here, I was in India, I ended up completing 3 subjects, which is psychiatry, medicine, obs gynae. So the question arises like how I ended up completing this much amount of subject, this much amount of syllabus in just a small amount of time, when this video is about how to choose your resources according to the time and also according to the condition that you are right now in. Welcome back to another new episode of the Social Medic. Today in this episode I want to start off this whole video by explaining you a graph, by showing you a graph, and then this is very obvious thing that I want to show you guys. So this is what the graph looks. This is how the graph looks like. So this is how the graph looks like. This is just a basic graph between the amount of syllabus that we have and the amount of time to cover those syllabus. So initially when we start off this very first year, when we have anatomy, physiology, biochemistry, we just have an ample amount of time to study. So that's why we choose resources that are very conceptual in nature and which are obviously we start off with the books. Okay? So as we go down the line in when we are in 5th or 6th year, the amount of syllabus really goes up when you have a hell lot of clinical subjects coming up to you, and the amount of time that you have is very less because the exams are reaching which you have to give, probably FMGE, NEET PG next, and for us students of Ukraine also we have our CROC 2 exam in the 6th year. So what I decided in the very first year for myself was I would try to complete the whole 19 subjects in just 5 years. So obviously this graph would get much more constricted towards this side, and we have a very less amount of time as to the subjects that we have to complete. So this is just a graph. Now the thing which I want to explain to you is, point which I wanted to make by showing you that graph was when we are in the initial year, in the 1st, 2nd, 3rd year, when I was preaching a lot about studying books and reading, going for conceptual resources like Dr. Najib. Although they were time consuming, and like Dr. Najib had around 600 lectures of around 1.5 hours, 1 hour minimum. So that was the amount of lectures that I saw when I was until 3rd year basically. So that was the time when I had the ample amount of time and when I can really dedicate my time to understanding each and every part of medicine. So that I did at that point in time. The mistake, the wrong mindset that I had in the starting of 4th year when I was doing surgery was that even though it's clinical subject, I have to go on with reading books, going for conceptual resources. I would dedicate all my concentration towards understanding each and every topic of clinical subjects. But what I was forgetting was that I have a very less amount of time. So even if I go for each and every detail of every subject, it would take me a lot of time to complete. And I have done 100% of one subject, but my remaining other 18 subjects are left out. So that was the point which I realized in the 5th year. So now what I have started out doing is I am trying to follow prep ladder on Mero. What I usually do right now is, which has really helped me to complete all the subjects so fast, is that what I do is initially I start out with the main videos of prep ladder. So what I go through is I would go through all the lectures of the prep ladder main videos. Now then what I would do is I would just take out important topics, then I would study that in the book. So that is what I am going through. So that would really help me get a concept over the important topics that are being asked in the exam. So that is how I am going through, and that is how I ended up completing this much subject in just small amount of time as compared to the 4th year when I was just reading book, which was Bailey and Love for Surgery. Final takeaway is choose your resources smartly and keeping in mind at the amount of time that you have to give your exam, and also the amount of time that you really want to spend in getting the concepts right. So that was the whole video. I hope you really like this whole episode, because please subscribe this channel, because I hope we both are in the same boat. We are both gonna give exam at some point, so probably we can help each other out. So bye bye.